Hey, y'all, Elise Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Awesome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Socially Awesome channel. Elise Smith here. So excited to be bringing you a new episode about becoming the authority in your niche. So I think this is a really important topic for us to talk about because I see so many people in my DMs, in my audience, conversations that I've had where they're not embracing becoming the authority in their niche. And a lot of times it's just fear that they aren't ready to show up that way. So I really want to take some time today to go over this with you, explain what becoming the authority in your space can look like for you, how you can insert that into your content, into your business, and really help it drive sales for your offer. So let's dive right into it. The fact that you don't have big Stripe screenshots yet, or you're not having these flashy income claims on social media yet, doesn't mean you can't show up as an authority. And that is something I feel a lot of people struggle with, is that because they haven't had their first six-figure year or their first $10,000 a month, they're holding back from showing up as an authority. And in actuality, that's a mindset problem. It's the reason you more than likely don't have those screenshots yet in the first place, because it's really important for you to not only build trust with your audience, but show up as not only an expert, but an authority. An expert is one of many, right? So think of it like this. If I went to have ankle surgery tomorrow, I could find 100 doctors that could do it, and they're all an expert. But an authority is the only option, right? So if you have something super rare, you want the authority, the one person that specializes in that. There's no competition. And that is the same idea that you have to learn how to create in your content in order for you to stand out and your brand, your offer to stand out, and for people to want to buy from you without all of those objections in your DMs. Okay, so in this episode, we're going to dive into this, how believing in yourself 100% and knowing you can serve your audience is all the way to the finish line. Means you wouldn't be worried about stepping out of line. You wouldn't be worried about, I can't show up that way. And I'm going to give you some actionable tips for that. But if people are asking for your link and they're not buying from you, it's a sign that they don't see you as an authority. They might see you as an expert. They might see you as someone who's maybe a little further ahead than them, but it just makes you one of many options. The good news is that being your brand and building your authority makes it much simpler to create daily content when you are completely rooted in your offer and the problem that you solve for people. Once you nail this down, then you learn how to execute a rinse and repeat content strategy, and shifting how you're speaking to your audience can double your conversions in 30 days. So when you start showing up as that authority, you will see a drastic difference in the results of your business. So becoming the authority, in my opinion, is done two ways. One, you only need to know 10% more than the person you're helping. And authority content isn't about having a ton of, accolades behind your name. It isn't about having all of the answers. It's about having an offer that can produce results for your ideal dream client and selling it authentically as a solution to their problem. So if you are not only second guessing yourself, saying, I'm not an expert yet, I can't show up that way yet, I don't have all these sales yet, which you're probably thinking, you're second guessing yourself, which means you're more than likely also second guessing your offer. Is this the right course for them? Is this the right program for them? Is this the right product for them? So when you're second guessing everything, it's a mindset issue. And of course, you're not showing up 100% confident, 100% convicted, and 100% postured because you're constantly second guessing it. So what I want you to do is, one, if you truly aren't 100% confident in your offer, you need to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate it. Create something new. Create something exciting, create something of your own. Yes, I'm speaking to those of you in the MRR space right now, but you have to be rooted in what you have to offer. And if you don't truly believe, like deep inside in your gut, that it is going to help someone solve a problem, then you're not going to be able to show up as an authority.
The second way is showing up boldly. So this type of content guarantees leads and sales because you're bold enough to show up and actually sell. You're bold enough to show up and say what everyone's thinking, but no one else is willing to say. But it also has to be different, and you have to stop telling yourself you're not a salesperson. I hear this a lot in my DMs as well. I'm not a salesperson. I can't do this like you can. Okay, unless you're a nonprofit, honey, you are in sales. So you got to start showing up that way. Start believing in what you have. When you are, number one, truly rooted and believe your offer is the solution to your ideal client's problems, you will have absolutely no issue telling them in the DMs, in emails, in person, I got the solution that you need, and this is how much it costs. When you are so rooted in that, sales become easy because you're not second guessing making an offer to someone. You're not second guessing sending them your link. You don't feel like a fraud in your content. And it's really, really, really important that you get these two things nailed down. Okay. Your content needs to be real. It needs to be raw, relevant, relatable in order to build trust with your audience, but it also has to be different. Sharing the same, 5 mistakes you're making on Instagram or 3 ways to grow your Instagram, or, the same tips and tricks that ChatGPT is giving you, Google alerts about the new Instagram feature that everyone else already has, everyone else already knows, is not building your authority. It's basically just showing that you know how to use the internet. When you start sharing authority content, it activates people within your audience to take action, aka buy your thing, right? So your content creation system does the heavy lifting when you show up as an authority, you show up boldly, you are standing out, and then you learn how to rinse and repeat that. And that's exactly what I do with my high proximity students in my Social Success Academy. We work on building your content strategy together. And then once we optimize it, we look at how do we rinse and repeat this over and over. So you stop stressing about what do I post to make a sale today, and you start showing up bolder, bringing in more leads and more sales. You're more confident, and you're not wasting a ton of hours in the day scrolling for content inspiration because you are rooted in your offer, you know what you have, and your only job is to show up bold and proud and speak about it. And this is exactly what you have to do in order for you to bring in daily sales. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, be bold, and be the authority in your content. So when you learn how to do this, when you learn how to optimize your content strategy and then rinse and repeat it, your content will be speaking to your ideal dream client. You will shift to speak directly to her, and your content will do all of the heavy lifting for you. And then every piece of your content will point directly to your offer as a solution, and it will 3x your conversions, if not more than that. So this is absolutely something I'm passionate about. I want you to show up as the authority in your content. I want you to go back and take some time to audit the last 10 pieces of content that you've done and say, is this bold? Is this directly speaking to my ideal client? Is this pointing to my offer as a solution? Am I showing up as an authority? You have to be consistently auditing your own content in order to see where you're missing the mark. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. I would love to chat with you about this. As always, if you got any value out of this episode, please screenshot yourself, throw it in your stories, tag me at socially.awesome on IG. I would love to celebrate you plugging in and educating yourself on your business. And if you are interested in working with me on the Academy and figuring this out, making the second half of 2024 your biggest year yet, feel free to DM me the word Academy on IG as well. And we will chat about if my Academy is the right solution for you. But as always, make it simple, make it social, make it awesome. I'll see you guys next week.